Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Grateful Gap Sports Huddle. I'm your host, Grateful Dave. Got the daily verse coming here shortly, and then the Sports Huddle rundown. Looking forward to today's episode. Shout out to my sponsors, Sugarcane Sweet Shop and Riverside. Thank you both for believing in me and supporting my podcast. And I look forward to our continued success and growth over these next couple of years, next days, whatever amount of time that I have left here. But it starts one day at a time, but I just appreciate y'all belief in me and support. But ultimately, I appreciate Jehovah God for blessing me with the opportunity and the voice I have to go and build relationships, impact lives in a positive manner, and spread the good news and spread love all around the world. So thank you, Jehovah God. I love you. In Jesus' name, amen. So again, welcome into the Sports Huddle. Got the daily verse coming here shortly. Let's get directly into it and get into the Sports Huddle rundown. Daily verse for the date of January 15th, 2026, derived from the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 26, and it states as follows. Verse 28. From the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 28, and it states as follows. Then Moses said, "By this you will know that Jehovah has sent me to do all these things, and that it is not of my own heart." Amen. And again, it's from the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 28. So it's truly a blessing to be directed by Jehovah God, not by our own doing, but by his doing. It's amazing. So when Jehovah calls you to do something, do it to his accord and not our own. Let's get into it. Sports Huddle rundown for the date of January 15, 2026 is as follows. I will have a recap of the NFL wildcard weekend from last week. Also, NFL news, NBA season, the Unrivaled League, the National Hockey League, NCAA men's and women's top 25. So stay tuned to the end. Looking forward to it. It should be a pretty rapid episode, but it still should be good and thoughtful. Have a lot of things to unpack in the NFL world. Looking forward to that, and some interesting observations in the NCAA men's and women's top 25. So be on the lookout for that, and let's get into it. So starting off again with the NFL season. So NFL season wrapped up last week. Well, regular season wrapped up a couple weeks ago. We had the NFL playoffs kick off last weekend. The wild card was exactly that. It was wild, right? We had great finishes. We had competitive matchups. And at the end of the day, we had winners and losers. So recapping the kickoff of wild card weekend last week, we had the Rams defeat the Panthers on the last minute drive to take the victory away from the Panthers. Rams defeated the Panthers 34-31. The Packers was up on the Bears late in the game. The Bears said that wasn't enough. They ended up defeating the Packers 31-27. Moving into Sunday's matchups, the 1 p.m. slate, we had the Bills with the comeback win over the Jaguars. They overcame an obstacle, defeated the Jaguars 27-24. We had the 49ers find a way to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 23-19, and we had the Patriots defeat the Chargers 16-3. To wrap up Wild Card Weekend, we had a Monday night game with an absolutely dominating performance by the Houston Texans, where they dominated the Steelers 30-6. So some things to unpack from these matchups. First of all, those first two matchups on Saturday were extremely competitive, right? Resilient football being played from these teams who were down early, and they found ways to win, right? Matthew Stafford, MVP like performance, right? The Panthers came to play, man. They came to play. Super proud of Bryce Young, his first NFL playoff start, right? It wasn't enough to get it done, but he played well enough to help his team win. But ultimately, they fell short, and they fell short. But the Rams team is built for this, and they've been in these moments before. So again, Matthew Stafford also played well enough, right? He had 3 passing touchdowns and 1 interception, and the team was just clicking, right? Puka Nacua balled out. He'll have some type of accolades and awards for his performance this season. But overall, it was a great game from the Rams Panthers. Bears Packers, right? A game where the Packers, a lot of time in this game, it felt like the Packers just had this game in the bag, right? But the Bears just kept chopping. And Jordan Love played phenomenal, right? He had 4 passing touchdowns, 323 yards, and no interceptions. But the defense for the Packers just could not stop Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had 2 interceptions, but he also had 2 touchdowns for 361 yards. But DeAndre Swift, the run game, all these type of things weren't really there for the Bears, but they just found a way to win, right? And it's truly, something that is a positive sight for the Bears, right? They didn't play their best football, but yet they found a way to win, and that's truly exciting for their playoff push and see what type of team they could be over these next couple rounds. If they can get past this divisional round, we shall see what their Super Bowl hopes look like. Then Sunday's matchups, right? Just disappointing performance from the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, you know, I spoke about one putting it together, right? Playing a complete game, which they did not do, right? Uh, and this has been the norm, right? I spoke about playing Eagles football. The football they played was the Eagles football of 2025, 2026 season. But that's not the standard of Eagles football, right? Defense played phenomenal. Creating turnovers. Quinyon Mitchell had 2 picks, but yet no interception that we got on defense turned into touchdowns, right? And that's the difference. 14 points and 6 points is different, right? We had a missed extra point early on in that game by Jake Elliott, which allowed us to have to go for a game-winning touchdown on the last drive, right? Kevin Patullo is no longer the offensive coordinator. A.J. Brown had incredible bad drops, right? I mean, it was just, Philadelphia Eagles style football of 2025, 2026. So a lot of things to consider going into this new year, right? New season. The OC, right? The offensive coordinator. Who are we going to be able to get who is not looking to be a head coach, who is looking to have success and still have continued success under Jalen Hurts? Will we finally give Jalen Hurts a consistent play caller over the next 3 to 4 years, right? The A.J. Brown drama was in the air, right? I was during the heat of the moment during the game, I wanted to trade, right? I wanted to trade. I was just fed up with all his theatrics all season. But at the end of the day, he's still a phenomenal player. He's still a phenomenal football player, future Hall of Famer, for sure. And he just, we just all have to be better, right? Us as fans, them as the players, the coaches, the organization as a whole, because the standard of the Philadelphia Eagles is not winning 11 games and losing in the first round of the playoffs. That's below standard for what the Eagles are considered to be able to accomplish, especially with the type of team we have. So, a lot of players are free agents this offseason, from Dallas Goedert to not to Jake Elliott to Nakobe Dean, right? So many different players, may not be here next year. Some guys, may just be released, right? But I would love to see Nakobe Dean back. I would love to see Dallas Goedert back. I don't know how possible those things will be, but we just have to go in a direction of we're going to be better regardless, right? We have to be better on both sides of the ball. We need somebody to complement Quinyon Mitchell at that cornerback position because Adoree Jackson not it. I expect him to be gone after this season, right? I expect a lot of people to be gone after this season, of players and maybe coaches. But again, Kevin Patullo was fired. Again, do I think it was warranted? Yes and no, because again, it was on the players as well. The coaches has to put those guys in position to make plays. A lot of the things were on the players this year, right? A lot of undisciplined football was displayed and put on the field this year and put on film, right? Penalties, self-inflicted wounds over and over and over again. Those were done by the players. So, the credit of the season failure, I put it on both players and the coaches, right? It's a 50-50 split because the coaches are put into position and paid to prepare these guys and put them in position to make plays, and the players are their job is to be paid to make plays and execute, and they did not do that. So neither one of those individuals did that, the players or the staff, and we just have to be better. So looking forward to see how they bounce back, and best of success to all the other teams that are left in the playoffs and go and try to accomplish your goal that a lot of these teams set out to be here in this position to still have life in the playoffs. So looking forward to it. Bills Jaguars game, right? My cousin asked me the other day, is the Bills windows Super Bowl window open? As long as they got Josh Allen, that's what I told him, and that's what Josh Allen did. He showed up. He didn't have the best game. He was pretty efficient. He went 28 for 35 for 273. He only had 1 touchdown, but overall, he got it done. So looking forward to see how he continues to go. And another team who did not have a phenomenal rush game, right? Jaguars defense was smothering, right? They were all over. They were over Josh Allen constantly, sack after sack, but yet they found a way to win. That's what it's about in the playoffs. No matter what, finding ways to win. That's when it's the most important, to find ways to win. So they got it done against the Jaguars, 27-24. And also not the Jaguars, Patriots Chargers game, right? A sloppy game overall, but still, again, the Patriots found a way to get it done. They defeated the Chargers 16-3. Justin Herbert still looking for his first playoff win, right? He's still looking for an opportunity to win in the playoffs, and it hasn't come to him yet. So, back to the drawing board. I know this is a team that will be looking to get better as well in the offseason. A lot of these teams are, because a lot of teams that ended the season in a manner where they were getting better. That's their mindset and tempo to come out, in spring, the training, OTAs, right? All these different things, the draft. A lot of these teams are going to be looking to do that. Excuse me. And I expect the Chargers to be one of those teams. But Patriots got it done. Drake made his first NFL playoff start. 17 for 29, 268 yards, one touchdown and one interception. Pretty decent rush game. Had 146 rush yards, so pretty solid. Drake May, he had 10 carries of his own for 66 yards. So pretty solid performance by Drake May and the Patriots to get it done to advance to the divisional round. And then again, we had the most dominating win of the wild card, the 30-6 performance by the Houston Texans over the Steelers. So Texas matchup, right? They scored 24 points in the fourth quarter. Excuse me, they scored 23 points in the fourth quarter, right? CJ Stroud, he went 21 for 32, 250 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Aaron Rodgers, he went 17 for 33, 146 yards, and an interception. So the Texas defense showed up and really showed why they are the number one defense in the league. They had a dominant rush attack. They had 164 total yards on the ground. And also, again, his defense was just smothering. To be able to force fumbles, get sacks, get touchdowns, right? All those type of things, but CJ Stroud had to play better. He had 5 fumbles. He lost 2 of them. And he got to be better going forward. If you want to continue to have success during the playoffs. But the Texans got it done, and along with the Steelers' loss, not only did they lose on the scoreboard, they also lost out on their the longest tenured head coach in the last century. Well, not the last century, in the last 20 years. Mike Tomlin is no longer the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He and the Steelers came to an agreement that he was done coaching football, I guess, in the sense of being a head coach for the Steelers. So he is no longer the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Still a coach who has never had a losing record, a losing season in his time as being the head coach of the Steelers. So at the end of the day, Super Bowl winning coach, right? Probably the most winningest coach in Steelers history, just because of the fact that he has never had a losing season. So just still salute to him. What a wonderful career in Pittsburgh, and salute to you. So well wishes and best of success in your next endeavor. So hats off. So again, are you enjoying today's episode? This episode of the Grateful Gab podcast is proudly sponsored by Sugarcane Sweet Shop. At Sugarcane Sweet Shop, every dessert is made with love, creativity, and a sprinkle of sweetness. From the signature cookies and cupcakes to custom cakes for every occasion, Sugarcane is available to make your moments a little more special. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Sugarcane Sweet Shop to see what's fresh from the oven. And don't forget to treat yourself today. News for the big news in the NFL world again. In regards to coaches, firings, hires, John Harbaugh is looking to become the next head coach of the Giants, right? The Giants and John Harbaugh are finalizing a deal for him to be the new head coach of the New York Giants. So that'll be interesting to see how he does with Jackson Dart and that young team, that young, hungry team he has up in New York with the Giants. Looking forward to that. Again, as I stated, oh boy, my Kevin Patullo, he's out as the OC of the Philadelphia Eagles still. Really looking forward to see how the Eagles hit it on this pick. They really have to hit a home run. Again, I know these are the questions that they're asking these guys that they're vetting, right? Are your aspirations to be the OC of the Philadelphia Eagles, or are your aspirations to be the head coach of an NFL organization? And a lot of these guys who coming in here are going to say, of course, I want to be the OC for the Philadelphia Eagles. And some of them might be telling the truth, some of them might not be. But at the end of the day, what is the trajectory, right? What is going to be the outcome of your success? Are you going to look to have continued success with the Eagles? If you have success, that's the first thing. And then if you are having success, are you looking to continue to build with the Eagles and be a part of something great? Or are you looking to try to go build your own thing, right? Like the Kellen Moore did, like all these other coaches did, which is warranted, right? Your success puts you in position to be that way. But we're looking for a Vic Fangio type of guy, a guy who just loves football and want to come coach these young guys up and be great. Have a top 10 unit back-to-back years, right? A top 5 unit on a defensive side. We want that on the offensive side to have a top efficient offense. With all the weapons we have, it should be no reason that we are at the bottom of the league in offensive performance and efficiency. So looking forward to see who the Eagles select, right? I trust the process that Howie and his staff and those guys, his colleagues, go through to make these type of decisions. But this has to be the decision that prevails us, that puts us in a trajectory of success in the future. So a lot of great suitors out there, from Todd Monken to Mike McDaniels to so many different type of individuals who have great offensive minds. And another thing is that Nick Sirianni's offense is out the door with this new OC. This OC needs to have full control of what the Philadelphia Eagles offense is going to be. So I'm looking forward to it. Stay tuned to when I get the news. You all will get the news, but for the ones who follow sport, you'll get the news as well. And let me know when you do find out who the Eagles OC is, of what you think about that pickup. So I'm gonna definitely give my part and my take on it. So looking forward to it, and let's continue. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Other than that, there's no big news coming out. But looking to see how, what's the next step. Also the um the Commanders are looking to hire uh, DJ Williams as the new quarterbacks coach. He is the son of the franchise, uh, I guess, a franchise owner, Doug Williams. I'm not too familiar with that. Firings did happen in the Chargers staff. The Chargers offense coordinator, he was fired, Greg Roman. And also another individual that was fired, I believe maybe the quarterback's coach, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. I know the offensive coordinator, he was fired as well, and that was a suitor. That was a name that was brought up for our team as well. So a gentleman, Greg Roman. But I don't know. Looking forward to it again. Howie and all these guys. I mean, and honestly, if I'm telling Jeffrey Lurie and how great Howie Roseman is and Nick Sirianni and all these guys are, and how much success they've had with the Eagles, if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, I'm letting these guys know, hey, your career depends on this, right? And your career, and there's no pressure, but you really have to focus and get the best fit, the best guy here. So do everything you need to do. Talk to all the players, talk to everybody you need to do, get a sense of what offense they want to have, and see who fits that criteria. Because this can't be the Philadelphia Eagles going forward with the talent we have, with the most expensive offense that we have on paper in the league, and the most talented team we have on paper in the league. This can't be that. So looking forward to it. Stay tuned to the end and follow along as the NFL season continues to go. Be on the lookout on Saturday. On Saturday Sports Code, I will have the matchups for the continued NFL bracket in the divisional round. And again, that will kick off on Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. We have Saturday and Sunday games in the AFC and the NFC divisional matchup. So be on the lookout. Moving on to the NBA season. NBA season. So NBA season from this past week, from Wednesday and Tuesday's matchups, is as follows. From Tuesday's matchups, we had the Lakers dominate the Hawks 141 to 116. Looking to see the box score here. Again, we have new faces although they have new faces on the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, new faces. How did they produce during that game? Well, CJ McCollum off the bench, he did have 25 points. He went 11 for 23, 2 for 8 from 3-point. The new guy, it seems like the two new guys did better than the starters, except Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He led his team with 26 points over 33 minutes, but in 27 minutes, McCollum had 25 points, and in 26 minutes, Kispert, he had 19 points. And so, overall, The starters played horrible. Jalen Johnson, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Onyeka Okongwu in 33 minutes, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, right? I don't need to talk about old boy Zachary Richardson. He injured. Luke Kennard didn't play. Of course, Porzingis did get on the court, right? So the Hawks franchise is going downhill. And, I'm on the outside looking in, looking at the building burn. The Heat defeated the Suns 127 to 121. The Rockets defeated the Bulls 119 to 113. The Timberwolves dominated the Bucks 139 to 106. Shout out to the Wolves. The Nuggets defeated the Pelicans 122 to 116. The Thunder finally got their get back on the Spurs, giving them a beating 119 to 98. And the Warriors dominated the Trailblazers 119 to 97. Last night's matchups in the NBA, we had the Raptors defeat the Pacers 115 to 101. We had the Cavaliers dominate the 76ers 133 to 107. We had the Bulls defeat the Jazz 128 to 126. The Pelicans defeated the Nets 116 to 113. The Nuggets defeated the Mavericks 118 to 109. The Kings defeated the Knicks 112 to 101. And the Clippers defeated the Wizards 119 to 105. For today's matchups kicking off at tonight, we did have a Berlin game earlier today. We had the Magic defeat the Grizzlies in Germany 118 to 111. We have the Suns going up against the Pistons later on tonight. The Heat hosting the Celtics. We have a Thunder and Rockets matchup tonight at 7:30 p.m. on Prime Video. That should be pretty good. KD, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's, all those young boys, Reed Shepherd, all those young cats who be balling with the Rockets. Check them out later on tonight at Prime Video. We have the Bucks going up against the Spurs, that Giannis Wemby matchup. We got the Mavericks hosting the Jazz tonight at 10 p.m. on Prime Video. We have the Warriors hosting the Knicks. We have the Hornets going up against the Lakers, and we have the Hawks on the road against the Trailblazers. For Friday's matchups in the NBA, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on ESPN, we have a rematch of the Cavaliers 76ers matchup from Wednesday. The Cavs will be back in Philly Friday night, 7 p.m. on ESPN. The Pacers hosting the Pelicans. The Bulls going up against the Nets. The Raptors hosting the Clippers. At 9:30 p.m. on Friday night on ESPN, the Rockets will be hosting the Timberwolves, and the Wizards will be going up against the Kings. So be on the lookout for updated information in the NBA on Saturday's Sports Huddle. Be on the lookout for that. Getting into the Unrivaled League here on the Grateful Gab podcast. So Unrivaled League results from this past weekend is as follows. If you've been waiting for the right moment to share your story, your ideas, or your God-given voice with the world, this is it. Riverside is the all-in-one studio built for creators who want professional-grade production, effortless publishing, and a smooth, stress-free recording experience. Whether you're launching a podcast, recording interviews, or creating video content, Riverside gives you everything you need to sound and look like a pro, even from home. So, if you've been thinking about starting a podcast, leveling up your content, or finally stepping into the calling on your life, Riverside is where you begin. Use my link to sign up and start creating with clarity, confidence, and excellence. Your voice matters, and Riverside helps you share it with the world. From Sunday's games in the Unrivaled League, we had the Rose Basketball Club defeat the Breeze 73 to 69. We had the Vinyl defeat the Hive 89 to 66. From Monday's matchups in the Unrivaled League, we had the Phantom defeat the Mist 64 to 61, and we had the Laces defeat the Lunar Owl 84 to 72. Also, we had a matchup on Saturday. Let me get it pulled up here. So I hope everybody been enjoying the Sports Huddle. Again, really been enjoying just covering all these different type of sports, some things to look out for coming down the line. Again, the Winter Olympics is coming. We got the FIFA World Cup again this year. We'll be looking to cover that. Also, we have the what else do we have coming up here in the sports world? We got the United Football League, the UFL coming up. We have the Big Three League kicking off again this year. What else do we have in sports coming up here? Baseball season right around the corner. Spring training will kick off here shortly. So all those type of things will be here shortly. Looking forward to it. So Saturday's matchups in the Unrivaled League went as follows. We had the Phantom absolutely dominate the Lunar Owls 90-64. And we had the Mist defeat the Laces 83-81. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's matchups, kicking off at 7:30 p.m. on True TV or TNT in the Unrivaled League. We will have the Phantom hosting the Laces, and we will have the Beehive hosting the Rose Basketball Club. So be on the lookout for those matchups tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. At 7:30 p.m. on TNT or True TV, and then the second matchup is at 8:45 p.m. on TNT or True TV tomorrow for the Unrivaled League. So continue to hear if you want full coverage, and it's not exclusive coverage because you can check it out for yourself wherever you go. But if you want coverage here on the Unrivaled League, you can definitely check it out, and you can receive it here on the Grateful Gab podcast. So be on the lookout as the Sports Huddle continues to evolve and continue to bring great coverage on all these different sports. Moving into the National Hockey League. National Hockey League results from Tuesday and Wednesdays is as follows. Tuesday's matchups in the National Hockey League resulted in a win by the Senators over the Canucks. The Lightning defeated the Penguins 2-1. The Capitals defeated the Canadiens 3-2. The Blue Jackets defeated the Flames 5-3. The Bruins defeated the Red Wings 3-0. The Hurricanes fell to the Blues 3-0. The Jets defeated the Islanders 5-4. The Mammoth defeated the Maple Leafs 6-1. The Ducks defeated the Stars 3-1. And if I didn't mention, the Senators defeated the Canucks 2-1. For Wednesday's matchups last night, we had the Devils defeat the Kraken 3-2. We had the Sabres defeat the Flyers 5-2. We had the Senators score 8 goals on the Rangers 8-4. And we had the Golden Knights defeat the Kings 3-2. For tonight's matchups, one matchup is at 7 p.m. tonight on ESPN. We have two matchups tonight on ESPN, actually. We have the Penguins and Flyers in the first matchup tonight at 7 p.m. And then at 9:30 p.m. tonight on ESPN, we have the Golden Knights hosting the Maple Leafs. Other matchups for tonight is as follows in the National Hockey League. The Sabres host the Canadiens. We have the Sharks going up against the Capitals. The Blue Jackets going up against the Canucks. The Kraken going up against the Bruins. The Wild hosting the Jets. The Flames going up against the Blackhawks. The Mammoth hosting the Stars, and the Islanders are going up against the Oilers. For Friday's matchups in the National Hockey League, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the National Hockey League Network, you have the Red Wings hosting the Sharks, the Panthers going up against the Hurricanes, the Blues hosting the Lightning, the Predators going up against the Avalanche, and we have the Ducks going up against the Kings. So be on the lookout as the Sports Huddle continues here on Saturday. Looking forward to it. Should have my cousin Papa Dennis in studio, but if not, still pull up. Want to have great insight to divisional coverage, talking about different coaches' hirings, firings over the next couple of days, and drama that might kick off here shortly with the NBA trade deadline and some trade that will be occurring over the next couple of weeks. NCAA men's and women's top 25. Getting into the NCAA men's top 25, we had a heartbreaker last night down in Athens. The Georgia Bulldogs fell to unranked Ole Miss 97-95 in an overtime win. Got to box out. You got to box out, man. Boxing out. The fundamentals are so important on any level, but especially in basketball, right? I think, the fundamentals of basketball is just that, right? And boxing out is something that you're trained to do and coached to do as a little child, right? Box out, box out, box out. They didn't do that. Ole Miss got another one over the Bulldogs, this time in basketball. Number 5 Purdue defeated Iowa 79-72. Number 13 Illinois defeated Northwestern 79-68. We had an upset out of Texas. We had unranked Texas defeat number 10 Vanderbilt 80-64, and they gave them their first loss. We had another upset out of Stanford. We had unranked Stanford defeat number 14 North Carolina 95-90. Number 15 Texas Tech handled business against Utah 88-74. Number 17 Arkansas dominated South Carolina with a whooping 108-74. We had number 23 Utah State defeat Nevada 71-62. Number 1 Arizona defeated Arizona State 89-82. Number 4 Michigan defeated Washington 82-72. Number 6 Duke defeated California 71-56. And we had number 11 BYU defeat TCU 76-70. From Tuesday's matchups in the NCAA men's top 25, I know I went backward. Wednesday, I just had to get that information about the Bulldogs upset. Was not pleased. But Tuesday's matchups in the NCAA men's top 25, we had number 12 Michigan State defeat Indiana 81-60. We had a top 25 ranked matchup between number 20 Louisville and number 16 Virginia. Virginia defeated Louisville 79-70. We had number 22 Clemson defeat Boston College 74-50. We had a double overtime victory in the SEC. Number 24 Tennessee held on to the victory over Texas A&M 87-82. We had a top 25 ranked matchup between number 3 UConn and number 25 Seton Hall. UConn defeated Seton Hall 69-64. Number 7 Houston defeated West Virginia 77-48. Upset out of Iowa State, the number 2 team ranked in the country during this time. Iowa State fell to Kansas 84-63. We had number 8 Nebraska defeat Oregon 90-55. Number 18 Alabama defeated Mississippi State 97-82. And we had number 19 Florida defeat Oklahoma 96-79. For tonight's matchups, kicking off at 10 p.m. on CBS, we have number 9 Gonzaga going up against Washington State. Moving on to NCAA Women's Top 25. NCAA Women's Top 25 results from this week is as follows. Moving back to Monday's matchups, we had number 21 Alabama defeat Missouri 74-63. We had number 17 Texas Tech defeat Houston 71-59. Excuse me. From last night's matchups in the NCAA Women's Top 25, we had number 14 Ohio State dominate Penn State 108-84. We had a close one in West Virginia. We had number 10 TCU defeat West Virginia 51-50. We had number 3 UCLA defeat Minnesota 76-58. Number 18 Baylor defeated Utah 61-45. And we had an upset out of Colorado. We had unranked Colorado defeat number 19 Iowa State 68-62. For tonight's matchups, kicking off at 6 p.m. on the ACC network, kicking off here shortly. Number 23 Notre Dame is hosting number 9 Louisville. We have number 5 Vanderbilt going up against Mississippi State at 6:30 p.m. tonight on the SEC network. We got number 1 UConn hosting Villanova tonight at 7 p.m. on FS1. We have a top 10 ranked matchup in South Carolina. Number 2 South Carolina will be hosting number 4 Texas in the SEC showdown tonight at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 7 Kentucky hosting Florida. Top 25 Big Ten matchup. Number 8 Michigan hosting number 25 Illinois tonight at 7 p.m. on Peacock. Another top 25 Big Ten matchup tonight at 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Number 15 Michigan State is hosting number 24 Nebraska. At 9 p.m. tonight on FS1. Number 11 Iowa is going up against Oregon. We have number 12 Maryland going up against USC tonight at 9 p.m. on Peacock. And we have a and we have an SEC ranked matchup tonight. Number 21 Alabama on the road against Auburn at 9 p.m. on the SEC network. So be on the lookout as the Sports Huddle continues. Again, some things to be on the lookout. NFL coaching news, all that good stuff. But again, thank you to my sponsor, my newest sponsor, Riverside. Thank you to Sugarcane Sweet Shop for your continued support and belief in me, and Riverside as well. And I'm looking forward to our continued growth together, the three of us. And ultimately, I'm looking forward to my continued growth with Jehovah God through the means of Jesus Christ's leadership. So that should be the same for you as well. So I love y'all. Thank you for your love and support. This has been a Grateful Gap Sports Huddle. I'm Grateful Dave. And until next time, peace.